live. There you go. Okay, so today's objective is to solving quadratics by completing the square. And we kind of talked a little bit about that. We have notes on that, which we took, and I will come back to our notes as we do these, okay? All right. So what I like about example 1 is example 1's really easy. I like it because it's here already in this really nice form. You guys agree? Super nice form. So I'm just going to square root both sides. How many answers? 2, right? So I'm going to go x plus 4 equals square root of 25 is plus and minus 5, right? It's both. And that's how we're going to get our 2 answers. And it gets pretty easy from here. We'll go x plus 4 equals 5 and our x plus 4 equals negative 5, right? And then we'll just solve. Minus 4, 1 of the zeros is 1. Minus 4, the other 0 is negative 9. Now we're also going to start calling these roots. By the time we start putting in i's, zeros and roots, same thing for you guys, okay? When you see find the roots, it means find the zeros. It's just a math word, okay? Okay, 2 answers. You guys agree? Number 2. I kind of like number 2 also because it's set up in kind of a nice little form for me, but probably better divide by 3 first, right? Because divide by 3 first. Don't try it. Don't do this. Don't do that. No. Divide by 3. I'll have a quantity x minus 5 squared equals negative 10. Probably going to have some I answers coming up, but that's okay. It doesn't bother me. Square root, you guys agree? How many answers? How many answers? 2. X minus 5 equals plus or minus the square root of 10i. Okay, where I got my I from? You know where I got my I from, right? Got my I from right there, right? And it is outside of the square root. It's outside of it, okay? Now, I'm almost done. And just go plus 5 plus 5. 5 plus or minus the square root of 10i. What do you think? There's my 2 roots. And I'll call them roots, especially once we start to get into i's, okay? Now, example 3, we could use the quadratic formula. We could. That's actually the hard way to do it. I'd rather make example 3 look like one of these. I can make example 3 look like example 1, okay? I really can, which would make it a lot easier, okay? So it says by completing the square. So let's go ahead and look at our notes, okay? So our note says step 1, move C to the other side. Okay, so I'm going to do that. It's already over there. Okay, cool. Step 1's done, right? The 5's already over there, okay? Step 2. Divide by A, both sides. Well, that's done too because it's 1, right? Okay, step 1, step 2 are done. That's nice. Okay, step 3. Add 1/2 B squared to both sides. Okay, so let's see. B is negative 8, 1/2 B squared. Half of 8, half of negative 8 is? Negative 4 squared is a? Positive 16, good. So I'm going to add that to both sides. So I'm going to go x squared minus 8x. And I like to put a little space. So I'm going to go plus 16 equals 5 plus 16. Okay, you got to add it to both sides, right? So added 16, added 16. You have to add it to both sides because it says equal, keep it equal. Okay, now with step 4 factor. It'll factor, right? It's going to factor. So, Carly, what's that factor into? What times what makes 16?
4.
Yep. And?
4 and 4.
Yeah, how about negative 4, negative 4, right? Nice job, Carly. Way to put you on the spot, huh? That wasn't very nice of me at all, huh? So,
No, Mr. Davey.
wasn't all. So, since it's factored, let's rewrite it in like this form because it's easier to solve for, right? So let's rewrite it as a quantity x minus 4 squared equals 21. And then solving is not that bad at this point in time. So we'll get rid of the square root. Okay, Vincent, how many answers? Thank you. Those answers. So again, x minus 4 equals plus or minus square root of 21, right? Plus 4 plus 4, 4 plus or minus square root of 21. Not bad, is it? So it's a much easier, if you can get it into that form, not everything you can complete the square root. Sometimes, if this is an odd number, you start dealing with ugly fractions. But some problems work really nicely. If b is an even number, then completing the square root becomes a pretty easy process, okay? All right, turn the page. All right, so, number 4. Let's see. All right, move C to the other side. It's already been done, right? It's already been done. It's already there, okay? Divide by A both sides. So I have an A. I have a 2. So when you complete the square, you really want it to just be x squared. Does that make sense? So I'm going to divide everything by 2. Divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. So I'll have a x squared plus a 6x. I'm going to leave a little space there. Equals 7/2, okay? We can even make it 3.5, really, but I guess I can make it 3.5. Okay. You can probably do this in your head by now. 1/2 b squared. Yep, and 3 squared is?
9.
There you go. So it has to be 9 and a plus a 9. I'll show that, okay? So b is 6. 1/2 b squared is 9. Half of 6 is 3. 3 squared is 9. Okay, now, factor. Okay, I can factor. So that'll factor into a x plus 3. X plus 3 equals, let's see, what is that, 12.5? Or x plus 3 quantity squared equals 12.5. Square root. How many answers, Greer? 2 answers. Plus or minus square root of 12.5, which we'll just leave it as that. We can just leave it as that. Plus or minus 3, negative 3. Plus or minus. Okay, how's that? Okay, example 5. We did these in Algebra 2. This was the hardest chapter we did when we did the fractions, okay? So I'm going to help you with it, okay? If I can get a common denominator, that's going to help. You guys agree?
Yeah.
So before I do anything on the common denominator, do you see anything?
Oh, yeah, I
that's-
forgot about this.
Yeah, yeah. Do you see, before you even start, do you see anything? Yep, yep. Do you see anything? I mean, there's one thing that's going to be helpful. Lauren, what do you see?
Cancel x plus 3.
Say it again?
Cancel this.
Boy, if that was times, yes, but it's not.
On the other side of the equation thing, the denominator can be factored into x minus 2.
And that's going to be helpful. You agree? Yeah, that will factor. This is going to factor into a x plus 2, x minus 2. Okay. Well, common denominator is like this. It's like this. I would like to say it like Sesame Street. Anybody watch Sesame Street when you guys were little kids? I mean, Sesame Street,
Yeah.
believe it or not,
I did.
This is unbelievable. Sesame Street has been around as long as I was a
Has,
kid. Isn't that unbelievable?
What, 4,000 something episodes?
Who knows? I just remember Sesame Street when and I'm 61 years old. Isn't that crazy? Been around that long. Anyway, it's kind of like this. I'll say it like Sesame Street. What does this guy have that this guy needs? On the bottom. X minus 2. He needs an X minus 2. What does this guy have that this guy have?
X
Plus 2.
So let's give this one X plus 2, X plus 2.
plus this one.
Let's get this one X minus 2, X minus 2, right? And then they'll have this, won't they? It's going to be really slick. So if I do my common denominator, and I multiply top and bottom by the same, it's called the rule of 1. Okay, I'm going to explain that in a second because we are in pre-calculus. Okay. Okay, I want to show you something called the rule of 1. When you multiply anything by 1, it doesn't change the value, correct?
Correct.
What's this? That's 1, isn't it?
Yes.
That's why I have to do top and bottom the same. What's this?
1.
Which means I didn't really change the value of it, it just made it look different, okay? That's called the rule of 1. And I've been doing that with square roots with you guys and exponents, all sorts of things. I've been doing that for a while. Just finally going to call it the rule of 1. Okay, so then let's see what I have. I have an x plus 2 over my x plus 2 x minus 2 plus x minus 2 times x minus 2 over the same denominator. Okay, so right, they both have the common denominator. I skipped a step. I think you're probably okay. The step I skipped was that they both have the common denominator. Okay. How am I doing? Last year I also showed you a trick. Okay. If I were to multiply both sides by okay, look what I multiply both sides by. That looks like I made it worse, but I made it better. Why did I make it better? How'd that help? How'd that help? I multiply both sides by x plus 2, x minus 2. How's that go? How's it make it looks worse?
It's for the denominator.
It totally gets rid of the denominator, doesn't it? So if you've got the denominator and they're equal, if you multiply by the denominator on both sides, right? Then this will cancel that out. This will cancel that out, and you no longer have a fraction. Right? Fraction's gone. So if you get the same denominator all the way through, if you multiply by your denominator over 1, you cancel it. Now we don't have a fraction. The fractions are gone. No mas. Denominator gone. Cancel, 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 cancel. What am I left with? Well, an x plus 2 plus x minus 2 equals 8 minus 4x. Okay? Looks terrible, but luckily it's getting better. It is getting better. It really is. Erase that. You guys have to understand, I don't really love this class because I love doing math. I know you're sick, man. Huh? Sick, man. That's all right. Okay, so then, now let's be smart. You ready? Watch. I know you're smart. X squared plus 4x plus 4. Can you FOIL in your head? Of course you can. You can FOIL in your head. Of course you can. Plus x squared minus 4x plus 4. Can you FOIL in your head? Of course you can. You're smart, right? Equals 8 minus 4x, right? Okay. Two x squared minus, oh, these cancel. These cancel. Boom, boom, right? Plus 8 equals 8 minus 4x, okay? Okay, I gotta solve, so I'm gonna go plus 4x minus 8, right? Let's see what I have, okay? So that's gone, gone. 2x squared plus 4x, and do you remember how to common factor? Remember, common factoring? Common factoring? What do they have in common?
2.
2, and what else?
X.
Okay, got my mini equations. 2x equals 0, x plus 2 equals 0. One answer, divide by 2 is 0. Minus 2, the other answer is negative 2. Okay. Now, you don't get to count. You've got to keep your mouth quiet. For a bonus, for a piece of candy, one of these two answers we have to throw away. Tell me which one and why. For a piece of candy, one of these two answers we have to throw away.
One of the two?
One of the two. One of these two answers we're going to throw away. One of these two answers does not work.
Probably the negative 2, right?
Okay, it is negative 2, correct. Okay, now tell me why.
Because you have the negative 2.
Okay, nope.
Or because when you're...
Negative 2 is correct.
Because it wouldn't make it the same.
Isn't it because you can't divide by negative square root? Wait, no. That's.
It's just, it's quadratic, right?
Because you
Quadratic,
have
and there can't be a negative in it.
Brittany, go ahead and tell him.
You can't divide by 0.
Remember Cookie Monster? You were so close, and you were so close. But right here, if x were negative 2, what happens? Right here, if x is negative 2, what do you get?
0.
Can you divide by 0?
Ooh.
No.
Makes Cookie Monster very sad. There you go. All right. Thanks, Brittany.
What kind of was it?
All right.